Hey, how's it going? Can we get that chat up here? Wonderful. So many things going on my screens right now. Yeah, how's it been? I can't believe that I still do not have a video on my main channel since the ADHD one. For reasoning, the reason that that has been taking so long is this thing, which you, there we go. This is something that I thought would be like a week-long project, and it is an acoustic camera that has been more like a month-long project. Yeah, basically, what it does is you point it at something, and in real time, using this Raspberry Pi 5, you still have to connect it to a laptop for like the display and all that, but the Raspberry Pi 5 does computation using a Python library called well, it's called Ocular, but it starts with an A, so Ocular. And what it does is you point it at, let's say I pointed it at the woods out my window and a hawk started making noise, it would tell me where it was because there are 16 microphones in there, and it uses beamforming to figure out the precise location of a sound source within the image. For some reason, I thought that this would be like a quick video, a fun video thing. It is, yeah, by the way, I'm not really a software developer, so it's like I've just been like drowned in code and I don't know what's happening. But it's all done now, and now it's just editing the last month of footage to be, editing and narrating, I guess. And they'll be out. And it should be, especially if you're a developer, if you have any experience with software development, you're probably better than I am. And you'll probably have a much better time with it than I will, because that was the hardware I was kind of okay with. The hardware wasn't that big of a deal. I think the whole project should be able to cost somebody under $400, which is, oh, sorry, I have so much lag going on here. All right. The whole project should cost someone a little bit, yeah, maybe like $350, something like that, maybe $400 if you include like the Raspberry Pi and stuff. It cost me a lot more just because I had to order a lot of things that I didn't use, and I had a lot of trial and error. But the shittiest acoustic camera that you could buy is something like $5,000, and it's literally like the pixels are, it's like 16 by 32 pixels. Like, it's terrible. Like, it's barely useful at all. For one with this resolution, the acoustic camera has a resolution of about 500 by 500. Although I've been like using it a little bit lower just because processing it is so difficult. And then the video is 1080p. And so with that resolution, the lowest priced one that I could find is over $100,000. And so this is like, $400 for this $100,000 piece of equipment. So yeah, that's exciting. And then there's a bunch of other stuff too, like using AI to identify sound sources and then split them out. And try, I don't have it working in real time, but if you take video footage and the 16 channels from this acoustic camera and put it in, into Ocular and Spectacular in post, you can actually run it through some deep learning algorithms that will then separate the sound sources. So you could be like, a squirrel's here and a hawk's here, and a plane is in the background, and we're just going to show an overall message for that. And how is this useful? That's what I've been trying to find out. The problems that I've solved with it in testing, not many because I got it working, then just like made a video, but the problems I've solved: which one of my chickens just clucked? That's one of them. Also, where is the hawk in the forest? That's why I'm using that as an example. But it would be really good if you were in a factory and you had an air leak and you didn't know where it was coming from, and you were able to look at the spectrum and say, okay, here's the air leak up here, and then point the camera at it and it would say, there's your air leak. That would be really helpful. it would also be helpful if, uh, I guess this is a little bit darker of a, of a use, but I was really thinking that with a little bit, with more coding knowledge and with a little bit more robotics knowledge, one could, I guess, I don't want to say easily, but like theoretically, you could make a drone tracking system that could shoot down a drone, like a small drone that's too low for radar to work. It's pretty cool, right? Like if let's say I, let's say it was legal to shoot people's drones out of the sky, and I said I don't want anybody photographing my property from the sky. You just create a little turret that used the drone's audio to verify where it is. Um, and then, but you should know that you can't fly a drone over my house, which is, I realized at first I was really bummed because I fly drones, and then I was not so bummed because I was like, I guess that's pretty cool. Nobody could like scope out my studio or something like that. And it's, I mean, you could fly like a little one or something, but you like a DJI one, you can't because I am pretty close to a small airport that's never used. So anyway, all right, let's talk VSTs. I just wanted to give you an update on why I am so unbearably slow with this last video, because I thought that it would be a quick video. Turns out it was a very deep rabbit hole that's probably way nerdier than I ever wanted it to be. And yeah, so great. So today we're playing with Synthedit, which is, I guess its selling point is you could create VSTs without coding. Does that mean that it is less complicated than coding is for a simple VST? Probably not. You may have to jump through, depending on how simple of a thing you're making, you may have to actually jump through more hoops, just different types of hoops, because it's node-based programming, like MaxMSP or Pure Data, or even Unreal Engine has node-based programming in the blueprints. Yeah, yeah, that's beneath the woods. That's a good point there. Natto Soup, those the videos of CNN's amplifying minor vibrations, totally covered that. That was the first week of this last video that I'm talking about. Like literally, total spoiler alert, but this is the one thing that I found the most fascinating. I created a processing program that I think it was MATLAB. I used MATLAB for this. Literally, webcam footage, like just me in this camera right now. If I'm gonna go full screen again. If I were doing this, if I were just doing this and talking to you like this, very still, with this exact footage that you see through this MATLAB algorithm, you can literally accurately get my pulse, which is fucking crazy. Crazy that you could like potentially be seeing the pulse of everybody that you're in a Zoom meeting with, and it's just by using deep learning to amplify slight color and movement changes, like, you know, pixel to pixel. So crazy stuff. But also, you know, that could pick up vibrations, and that's what I used it for, is to try and, I also used a thermal camera to try and, yeah, God, this video is really expensive, isn't it? I hate videos like that because like they're not that entertaining at the end of the day, except for y'all, my core audience, that, but they never pay. It's straight up why Patreon is a thing, because like I would never actually make ad revenue. So back to Synthedit. I feel like I started that as a primer, because this is a really dorky stream, but it's not nearly as dorky as acoustic camera stuff. All right, so kind of like a reactor type of interface here. And I am by far, I'm very far from a expert at it. And so I've played around with it actually, you know what? I think since updating to this version, I don't have any new, I don't have any new, like in 1.4, I remember I created something, but I'm just looking at the examples. All right. I know they have a sample oscillator. They used to have a synthesizer in here somewhere. experimental, conversion, diagnostic. Hopefully, yeah, you could see all these. They're really tiny. They're even tiny for me in front of it. A guitar dechannelizer. What the fuck does that do? MIDI in, MIDI out. Interesting. And I may have to look at a reference at some point here. Obsolete, old. Oh, they got rid of those filters. Switches, synth. Let's look at the polysynth. Okay, and then let's see a GUI switch, waveform. Actually, I'm gonna look at the what did they get rid of? MIDI, unison MIDI, minimal. All right, let's play it. Nope, no sound. I should have all of my sound preferences working. Maybe I'll open 1.4 because that one I was actually able to get working okay. Look at all these audio interfaces. Primary sound driver, will that work? It's not reading my MIDI either. Oh, I have to do it that. It's in MPE mode? No. Yeah, let me see if I could do that. You know what I might actually be able to do, Jay, is this. This might be, yeah, because this is rough. This is rough on my eyes. And I mean, it'll be, maybe it could just be rough on my eyes, but not rough on your eyes, because I don't think I could actually change. Midstream, I'm not going to dare change my, my normal settings, but maybe I could do something like this. And then in OBS, do something. Oh, is it going to let me? Yeah. Here we go. Oh, geez. This is dumb. Come on. Get bigger. Get bigger. You can do it. There we go. All right. Any better? Is that like a little bit of relief there? Probably not that much, huh? I'll try this a little bit more. Oh, this is so frustrating. OBS, come on, man. All right. Maybe I should be streaming in 4K. Like Rick Beato. Rick Beato stream. No, I don't know if he actually streams in 4K. I would assume he does, because he's a top dog. Okay. How's this? Is this any better? Now somebody's going to be like, I can't see the whole screen. Okay. Any relief here? Can we see what's happening any better? Yes. I think it might be difficult for me to capture that. I could try. Let's try it out. Let's see if I could capture just the window. Was that better? Oh, it was good? Okay, great. Sorry. The delay here, now I'm just like going back and forth. However, the problem is that I don't have any damn... Let's see if I could get MIDI output now. There we go. Okay. So, that's fucking loud out. Let's put in an amplifier here. Oh, I'm in synths, that's why. Xmix and VCA. Let's see if we could just use a normal VCA here. Signal, output. Okay, that works. And we could just have this be... Now we could actually create some sort of switch. It's frustrating that it doesn't reset that. Why Wow, the switches have changed so much. Modifiers. Huh. How can we easily change that volume? I feel like these are the hard things that then are once we actually get it. Yeah, so the different port colors. This is MIDI data. And there's red as well. Like I think that if you are, yeah. I don't know why I'm so throaty today. All right, we have fixed values. So, okay, so this would be volts out, this would be Boolean out, this would be float, this would be integer, this would be text. But we need a blue one. Knob. There we go, look at that. We got a knob for volume. Does it work? It does. Okay, great. Okay, so brilliant synthesizer, but the only reason I'm making the synthesizer is because I want to design an effect, and I feel like it would take the entire stream to try and get any form of to try and actually get something to play from an input to an output. Like I'd love to play guitar into here or something, but what I want to create today is a kind of phase. I mean, if anybody's familiar with the Soma Cosmos drifting memory station, something similar to that. I'm not going to be able to make a Cosmos, but I would really like to. And I've already kind of sketched some of these out, and so I feel like we can actually get some cool things out of this, although the synthesizer is really uninspiring, isn't it? But it's a container, and we could open the structure. So here's a synth. We could change it to a ramp. Triangle. Cool. Pulse. Noise. And we could also put a filter in there if we want, but let's just make it a triangle so we don't have to deal with the filter. We could just have a nice little light sound. Where's my mom? What is she saying? Gargle with apple cider vinegar for your throat. That's fucking disgusting. I'm not going to do that, Mom. Tomorrow's my dad's birthday. I got him a rad gift, and I'm not going to spoil it on the stream, so you'll all find out about it tomorrow. Yeah, the online documentation is pretty terrible, but that's kind of the fun of it, I guess. Not fun, I mean, whatever. You know what it's better than? It's better than trying to get a bunch, like trying to get bokeh and sound devices and a bunch of obscure beamforming libraries all working in the same Anaconda environment, which is what I've spent the last month doing. So this is great. This is like eating a cheesecake. All right. So I'm going to set up we're going to like move our synthesizer over here. And I guess first we're just going to look at some effects, and echo would be a great one. And what I would like to do ultimately is make containers, echo containers that are stereo and that actually have somewhat of a tape effect to them. Because I more so than just making a Cosmos, I want this to be like a phase looping, tempo synced thing. Do I have a package arriving in my... Sorry, I have a guitar coming today that I'm going to Frankenstein. All right, so signal in, signal out. Now we have echo. Just kidding. All right, feedback 5. Up. Okay, we have echo. going to look at my Ring camera really fast here to see if a guitar was just delivered so I could bring it in and champion it. Come on. And we have a UPS truck. No idea. Doesn't matter. It's not like anybody's gonna come up here. I live in a property where yeah, I just feel like anybody who would ever steal something off of a porch, they would definitely be thinking about like castle doctrine laws on their way up. It's definitely someone's gonna shoot me if I come up here. Property. Okay. So interesting. So this is the input output modifier. This is the delay itself. These are just some sliders. Okay. And while I'm thinking about this, I wonder if there's an easy way to make it sync to overall BPM. Hopefully. But I think there might not be. Okay, and then, oh, I see. And then, so these are the parameters in a separate window. And you could just, oh, okay. This is actually kind of intuitive. I did not expect anything to be intuitive about this. Well, Flowstone is not 32-bit, unfortunately. So, boo. Okay, so what I want to do here is, let's see if we could set the maximum delay time a little bit longer without breaking the module. So let's say the high could be 10. And then let's set the value up to 10 and see if that works. Yes. Why does it go under? That's dumb. All right, let's start at 0. Let's actually start at 0.1. All right, let's see what that sounds like. Yeah, 0, we don't want to crash the whole thing. How high can we go? Can we actually go to 20? No. So if we wanted to make, I wonder if this is a limit with the, interesting. I guess you could combine them. You could just have one delay module after another and create it. Oh, weird. Did anybody just hear that? I'm going to turn it up. That created some really odd sound. All right. Just listen to how it faded out. It got like harmonic-y. Maybe in the dithering? Maybe I'm nuts. I've lost my mind. Ignore me. No, there it is. Anybody else hear that? It's like very, very low. It's like keeps going up the harmonics. I don't know why it would do that. That's odd. I don't mind it. I'm not complaining. It's actually kind of cool. Yeah, so I wish that the delay could be longer. I wonder why we have this limitation. It doesn't seem like doesn't seem like there's anything I can do about it either. Unfortunately, maybe there's some sort of documentation on. Is this just the delay module here? Yeah. Although this one is modulation. Interesting. Oh, that one is modulation. Why is modulation? Why is delay? All right, whatever. These are the same things. Okay. Xmix. Why does Xmix only have one signal out? I was hoping it would have two. That's annoying. Okay, maybe that's not the way to do it. I would like to get a panner involved in this. Okay, that works. That's actually a little bit easier than I thought it would be. So I want to create, so let's say that this one has, let's figure out the limitations of this of this echo situation right now. So we can't get up to 20, whatever that means. Let's see what the difference between 10 and 5 is. Bop, bop, bop. Now down to 5. Is it actually double? Yeah, I think it is. Okay, so we're going to create one of these. I guess we're going to want to create, I wish you could right click and just, oh my God, can you? No. I was like, I wish you could just right click and make a knob for this, but God forbid. Maybe it would even be a better, I wonder if we could package a pan inside this echo. No, we don't want to do that. Controls, panel group. Nope, that's not it. We don't want to group. Let's see if I could just search for fader and get one of those. No. Knob. Let's have to make the low value -10. Okay. Sweet. We did it. And then leave it with a value of 0 for now. Okay, so these will be our, actually maybe we'll include it here. That way we have volume, echo, and pan all in one container. Containerized selection. And I will call it Echo Baby. And now we can make more Echo Babies. Oh, that's cool that our knob output is on the outside of the Echo Babies. That's stupid of me to do. All right. Now let's see if we can just bring them both in. Pan one this way. Pan one this way. The second one will have a delay time of 9.9. And let's see how it sounds. I'm going to play a little sequence here. Oh, wait, hold up. We want to make the feedback at 10 for both of these Echo Babies. Yeah, I like how I could edit these right outside like this. That's helpful. Is my number lock not on? Okay, now let's try this. Let's listen. It's fucking rad. I love it. Okay. So now we can create a bunch more. Chrome crashed in the middle of that. I was just like, wait, where's my chat? Is my chat gone from here too? Yes. All right. Well, we don't want it here. It'll cover things up. All right. So we can create more of these and spread them out, which can be fun. So let's do it this way. And then, you know, not just having a Nintendo sounding input would be nice. Like actually, once we export this, so looking at some of these questions, any advantages to this over something like Plugdata? So for those of you who don't know what Plugdata is, the advantages for this for me would be, I'll show you a screenshot of Plugdata. So Plugdata is like pure data that you can supposedly, I haven't really played with it a terrible amount, but a problem with pure data in general is that it's going to look like this. Like when it's going to be very hard to make any sort of like I just feel like, well, let's see what this looks like. I want to see what the best looking Plugdata plugin looks like. Because I feel like everything that I've seen, because it's powerful, it's super powerful. Like, don't get me wrong, but the problem is that if I just wanted to like give a plugin to my dad to be like, hey, play your guitar through this, just load it up in GarageBand, or I don't even know if GarageBand loads VSTs. Just load it up in Logic or whatever. I could just export it for that. Like you could just like export to Juice here, or you could export the plugin, and it's just pretty easy. Like it doesn't even require that much testing. It should just generally work. So if I wanted to create something like, so I guess if I were to create a synthesizer, if I were to say, let's create a cool phase synthesizer, I would not be using Synthedit for that. I would be using Plugdata, or well, I would, you know, I suppose at that point you might as well just code. All right, so yeah, I just feel like it's. I do want to make I do have a plugin idea. It's a Reverb plugin idea. It's pretty special. I have, I've talked to a couple developers. You know who, two developers that I consulted with about this, that were interested, also said that this is audio damage territory. Like audio damage would love to make this, like it's very much, and I've been meaning to meet with the owner of Audio Damage, and he just fucking like shat on me on Threads, like called me a shill and just was not that nice. And I was just like, all right, well, clearly he's not going to be interested in working with me. Yeah, but which is a bummer because like that's some of the coolest plugins out there. But I mean, it would take somebody who would have to deep dive into Reverb algorithms. So it would be a thing. All right, this one could be 9.8. And this one could be 9.7. But yeah, I was actually bummed out about that. And I told him I was bummed out about that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a long-term project, and I don't know if I want to do it through their company or if I would do it through their company, or if I would do it through or if I would literally hire them. I'm not really sure. Like, there's some plugin developers that I really respect, but they have to sell. I'm not going to name names, but they have to sell through a store. Like they're in a contract to sell through a store or through you know, those plugin shops that take 50% of every sale, and like I'm just not going to participate in that economy. Like you come to my website, you could get the link off my YouTube or my maybe even make it free on Patreon if it's not that big of a thing. But like I'm not gonna give money to fucking tech investors. Period. Yeah. That's another rant for a different day, but yeah, I'm fucking done with that shit. And that's why I'm not playing shows either, by the way, is there's like too much investment in it, and you end up giving away your ticket sales to people who aren't even involved in the music industry, and I'm done. I'm not gonna do it. I'll start my own. All right, let's listen. Maybe I'll play a sequence that doesn't sound like trash. I'm going to try and stay on. Dun-dun-dun-dun. I'll do it this way. Hell yeah, phase looping. It does, doesn't it? Maybe one of these is in the wrong. Oh, I wish. Oh, I can zoom in. God damn it. I didn't realize I could. Maybe one of these is wired wrong. They all seem okay. It must be in the panning itself then. So let's make this one -3. This one +3. This is fucking bonkers. I love it. Okay, this one could be 8, maybe 7. This one could be -7. There we go. Hey, there's a hawk. So you want to know something cool? Well, we'll see how cool it is. I don't know if it's actually working or not. I have chickens, right? And hear that here. I have to make noise to allow the gate to. But anyway, yeah. So as you could hear, there's a red-shouldered hawk living out there. So anybody who's ever had chickens is like, oh, dude, your chickens are going to die in like a minute. So there's also a bunch of crows that I've been feeding peanuts, and they chase away the hawks. And so I've been befriending crows. I don't know how to center this. I wish I did. Middle mouse button, right click. Use this, Control, Alt. Well, this is dumb. On or with Scilab, maybe. I haven't talked to Chris in a long time, but Chris Jeffs is also really, really private. And I mean, Aphex is really private, but Chris Jeffs is, and I know Chris Jeffs much better than I know. I mean, I've toured with him, and I'd have to ask him to see if he was. But yeah, dude's a genius for sure. What am I missing here? Maybe it's because I just have this so small. Oh, here we go. Couldn't even see that. Maybe I'll turn off my gate entirely here, so everybody could hear the hawk. Maybe we'll hear a hawk-crow fight. I don't know how to turn off my gate. I'll figure it out. There we go. Nope. Okay, maybe this is not going to happen today. There we go. No more gate, just background music. Or background noise, rather. I hear 3 hawks, I believe. But the acoustic camera can tell exactly where they are. That's a hawk, all right. I could just turn off dynamics. I wonder if I could turn off dynamics entirely. That might actually make things. Test. There we go. Wow, I sound so much less professional when I do that. Terrible. Okay, let's get back to this. So, what did I want to do? Oh, okay. So I wanted to add some tape effects inside these containers, but I'm not ready to do that. I'm not skilled enough. I guess, can we see how much CPU power this is using? That would be nice to like know what the damage is. I guess I could open up Task Manager and take a look there. Let's see. All right, that's good to see. 136 megabytes of RAM. That's all right. I'm happy with that. I feel like we have a very long way to go here then. That's cool. All right. So here's something I want to try, and this is going to get dangerous, and I apologize to anybody's ears. I would like to feed some of these back into themselves. And I believe that there's a feedback module, because you never just want to. Yes, there are. And we're going to look at them all until we find the color we need. I guess it could be a bool, maybe. Volts. Oh, volts, really? Okay. All right, so if I were to take the left from here and the right from here, and then connect this to a VCA. And then copy and paste a knob. Running out of space here. These are big modules for what they do. And then run it back into the source. Let's see if I can do that without needing a mixer. I'll run it back into all of them very lightly. All right, this is going to be an experiment. Okay. Feedback. Oh, we need to delete a module. Just on. I mean, it's kind of good that it does that. Let's do this again. Okay. That's not what we want. We want to create another couple delay modules for this feedback, which is going to take up more space than I want it to, but oh well. So I guess we'll just have to like make this lower here, and then this will be feedback zone up here. All right, this is getting complicated. I dig it. All right, so. Oh, that was stupid. Never mind. That's not the VCA. These will get deleted. And we will feed them back into signal. Signal. Then these signal outputs will then go into all four echoes in different ways. And this will hopefully blend. No, not volume, you dumb idiot, Ben. Signal. Apparently a ghost is just like throwing chains around in the woods behind my house. Spooky. Okay. Now we're playing with power. Let's try it. And, oh, you know what, another thing we should do with these feedbacks, we should probably make them like a number. So we have 9.9, 9.8, 9.7. I guess we should just make them not divisible, or far from being divisible. Was that feedback that I just did? I'm dumb. All right. 9.6. I wonder if we could do like 9.55. That would be good. Because we want all these things to not be syncing up for a very long time. Yes, we can. Awesome. Okay. All right, fingers crossed. Let's see if we could get this to feedback without sounding terrible. There's some problems there, but that's it's rad. I dig it so far. The point about making the echo feedback lower, I actually think it could just be like 9. I don't even think it needs to be 9.9 because it is just a feedback module, so it doesn't really need to be. So yeah, that was a good observation. All right, let's look at the panning here, not the knob. -3. This one is 3. Okay. So why would the panning be so bad? Maybe these should be panned at like 100%. Like -10 here. +10 here. Let's see how that sounds really fast. I can't figure out why it's in the left, though. That's my issue. Yeah, that's a feedback module, but I can't figure out why it's seemingly only hanging out with the left. The leftist feedback module. Let's get rid of one. And this one should have parity with the way it's coming in. Or panning parity. And it shouldn't be as sticky sounding or glitchy. Yeah, Jay, that's what I was thinking with this. I was thinking like the next step here would be to introduce at the very least an LFO into the echo module, which I think I might be able to do. Let's find out. Let's see if I could LFO output to a bool here. Time sync LFO, sure. Audio out? That has to be a miss. Why would you have a delayed LFO? Oh, Jesus. Okay. That's not, oh, I can't control Z. Fuck. What? Why is there not just a simple LFO? I saw a module in there. Maybe it's in modifiers. Maybe I could just use an oscillator. Let's see, maybe there is a random module. Yeah, random voltage. But we would want to put that through like a sample and hold or something. I don't know if that's actually going to do anything. Okay, that's definitely not working, but that did sound cool. I'll give it that. I would like to just start, if I could just have an LFO, that would be so much better for now. Like I do love random, but I also just would not like to have to even think about it right now. Like I would stick with random ultimately, but I would rather just have control over what's going on with the obsolete, old, maybe it's just in waveform. Oscillator, can I get an oscillator that's just really, really slow? Maybe. A pitch is just 0.2. And would I be able to modulate that? That would be cool if I could modulate that out into the modulation. Let's see. And then the waveform of the oscillator could just be a sine, maybe. Let's see. I doubt it's going to work. I have my doubts. Okay. It works. That worked like more than I expected it to. All right, so that was a little too fast. Let's see how slow we could make this oscillator. Like obviously it's way too strong too. We're gonna have to put a VCA in between that, but let's see how slow this oscillator can be on the feedback module. Work? Can we get this slow? That would be fun too. I mean, I'm not actually going to be using this. Maybe I'll combine this with another oscillator and then put it through sample and hold, so I have a little bit more control over what's happening in the random. Yeah, so the problem, the reason that this is turning into cicadas is This is tough. So we would need a trigger, and that trigger would have to be we would need to be controlling all of the delays. I guess all of the delays would have to no. The way that this works is when you change the delay time, it doesn't do it like an analog delay, and it doesn't do it like a clean digital delay either. It kind of just makes a like a not the noise you would expect it to make. You can see my brain like smoke coming out of my ears right now. And so the problem is you would need a trigger to be synced up with the delays to the sample and hold in order to not have it doing it inside the delay and making that noise, which I don't really think there's going to be a solution for if we do it this way. Yeah, I thought about doing that too. Like if I limit the feedback really low and then just build tons, like just make a sub panel with like 8 echoes that are, I want to like get the whiteboard, but I'm not going to bring the camera into the other room. So if I had like 8 delay panels in the feedback bank, and just stuck to prime numbers. Yeah. Well, yeah, I could use a VCA or math. Is that what the math module does? Is it just a mult? Oh. I guess that's like a little bit. Oh, you could just type it in here. Okay, that's good to know. So I could just multiply that by 0.1, and then that should be more chill. This will just make it sound like dithered. Oh, we got a crow-hawk fight. Fucking drama out here. One's for Trump, one's for Harris. Standard bird stuff. All right. So, how do we feel about all this? This fucking mess that we have here. What was my idea? A bunch of different banks. I feel like I need to get like a little window with Jay in here. Well, I feel like there's like a lot of actual plugin developers in this chat right now. I could probably get a lot of. Okay. So whatever. This is the delay module. So why don't we just hang out in here? And how many outputs can we make this a stereo situation? Yes. No. I don't know. I feel like it would actually be really cool for these streams if I had a stereo microphone right outside. And it was just like ambient wood noise. Let's see if this can happen. Just bypass that there and see if we can actually pan it from in here. That would be handy. Copy that bad boy. And let's see if it works. And then we could clean some of this up. Okay, so the panning works from inside. Okay, so this is going to be our, let's make sure that our modules are all set up correctly. Yeah, I feel like this is already incredibly complicated. It's kind of funny how complicated it got that fast. All right, so I'm going to name this Prime Bank. This is going to be the prime, our prime bank here. And I'm thinking, let's stick with 5 seconds, or whatever 5 is. It's not 5 seconds. Let me see if I could like set up a formula for this really fast. Sorry if this isn't, this isn't on my thing. I'm basically looking at a chart of prime numbers that. Okay. So 5.003, 5.179, 5.387, 5.521. Yeah, this way, as long as we stick, we can make the outer delays a little bit more rhythmic, and then as long as we like choose from here, so as long as like the outer delay is like 9.8, well I guess like 10, 9.25, 4.12, and then these will be the delays. That way the delays will always, at least, up until the delay time runs out, because it's not set at 100% feedback. I'm wondering if anybody's even following me here. I feel like I'm just like lost in my own lack of being able to explain things properly. That way, so we have the delay, and then we have the feedback coming back into the delay. The feedback will always be on prime numbers, and the delay, and that way it will not sound in my, but theoretically, I'm sure I'm going to fail at this, but theoretically, that way it will just blanket. Maybe the goal, or maybe the whole trick with the Soma Cosmos is that all of the feedback is prime to the actual delay time. Yeah? What do you think about that? That could actually be... Yeah, that actually would make a lot of sense, because that would blend, you would fill in every last gap rather than overlapping. Okay. It's really complicated, isn't it? We don't need a knob for feedback, do we? Can we just set it here? Okay, sweet. And then modulation. Let's start with 7.919. Wait, what? Delay time? Is this an input delay time? Shut the fuck up. That is so confusing. And damn acorns. I mean, we don't even need the feedback then, if we can have delay times. Ugh. All right. Just set that to nothing, and let's just set the delay time to 7.919 and see if it actually does that, or if this is going to be an immediate crash. Speaking of immediate crash, let's save the file. That could be a fun time, huh? Let's see, let's call it Benn delay stream. Okay. Yeah, that would have been funny had I literally working on this for an hour and a half and haven't saved a thing. Yeah. I mean, yeah, this is weird. I almost want to like test it without this other stuff. No. Definitely creates new sounds. But yeah, I don't think that the delay time here is so weird. So the modulation is what the delay time is. It's just labeled poorly, I think. So let's try this one more time here. This is working. No. So we've let's get rid of all this. It's doing us no good. So this delay, we'll choose a different prime, 7.723. And then the delay time from the beginning can be 7.907. And then we'll also make these 7.719 and 7.82. No. 7.829. I'm sure this is really entertaining to watch. Fucking math. All right. So really just more of the things in the prime bank with different prime numbers for each one, and then the feedback just not as extreme. And I guess eventually it would just create reverb. It would create pseudo reverb. It wouldn't be real reverb. Oh, I'm tempted, all right. It's just, I don't want to lose track of what's happening before the stream ends. Like, I'll probably have to start fresh if I ever work on this again, but for now. I really would like to randomize or put an LFO on all the panning, though. Like, I feel like that would, because that's defining also what delay it's feeding into, right? So it's not only about the way it sounds, it's about the channels it's going into. And as long as these are at, in prime numbers at odds with everything that's going on, then yeah, then that's good. And this one can just be center. And okay. 7723. So this one will be 775. No, 7741. And the initial delay will be 777.727. Right? So I guess a better way of explaining this is I want all of these to be prime numbers, but they all have to be different from one another, but the difference from the initial delay time has to be a prime number away from the last one. Not two. Which I know is like what you say to a girl at a bar if you want her to have sex with you. I feel like I've skipped one of these. I'm just making sure that these are all... Okay. Let's try it. We're getting somewhere there. That's pretty nice. Yeah, I bet you could put notes in here. Let's see. I mean, if anybody owns Synthedit... Oh, you know what? They have a demo. You're like limited to some things, but they do have a demo. So yeah, I could put this on Patreon if anybody wants. Yeah, I mean, the thing about VCV, unfortunately, is that it will be an absolute nightmare on the CPU for something like this. That's like why, it's one of the reasons I was like not initially diving in that route. Okay. Wait, how did that work if I didn't signal these in? I forgot to signal some of these in, and it still sounded good. It sounded better than the first. Whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it. Sounds good to me. That was a noob mistake. Four more. Let's go into the 6s. Or the 700. 700 to 741 or 73s is where we will keep our prime numbers for now. So we are in our 990. All right. Fuck math. It's for losers. Okay. Let's see. 3.1. This one will pan to 3.1 in the other direction. Close enough. This one could pan at 5.06. I feel like if I'm off by like a little bit in some of these pannings, then it'll just, well, no, because the feedback's not high enough. I think the reason it would take more CPU is mostly just because of the in VCV is just because of the UI, right? Like you just have to load the graphics for each module, and then it's worth trying though, like in the cables and the cable animations and all that shit. But yeah, it's worth a try. I mean, this has a GUI too though, so you might be right there. I'd be interested in seeing if it worked, or how it sounded. Okay, so this would be 7.001. This is by far the most exciting part, is typing in these prime numbers. .039. I mean, I guess if I could name this whole bank like prime 7 or something, and then if we expand on it, then I could have like prime 6, just like all the divisors, and it'll be so cool. Everybody will notice it. This makes me feel like an old man or something. Trying to see this tiny text. Okay. So we got the panning. This is going to be intense. This will either be cool or really bad. It can only go one of two ways. Are we ready? Yeah. Should I try it without signal in first? I need like a... I kind of wish I had a little amp for each of these. But... all right. Oh. Let's go. All right, we'll slowly turn the feedback up as to not destroy everybody's hearing. Okay. I would love to show you this on guitar at the end of the stream, but I don't know if I can. Like, I either have to build this or... What the fuck? Why is it so big? I either have to build this or... What is happening right now? I feel like this program's dying on me. It's not good. It won't let me. Okay, whatever. Oh, okay, that's because it's the main one. Yeah, I feel like I either have to build this or set up an input here. Now, the last time that I tried to set up an input, it did not work well. Let me look at my preferences really fast. I'll try this again. Okay, so we can get the ACO driver working, and yeah, so we have like sound in, but what are we supposed to do with that? Is there not another input? Yeah, I have no idea what sound in is supposed to be, and I don't think that there's any sort of way to customize that. Oh, wait, we have ACO set up. No, never mind, that just opens my normal Fireface drivers. Yeah. That blows. I wonder if there's just like a way I could... Here, maybe I'll just open up like an effect, like... I don't know. Flanger. What the fuck is that? Okay, that's complicated. Let's not load flanger. Reverb Zeta. Okay, is there just like a easy ring module with that? That'll need something else in it. Examples. Radio button. Delayed LFO. Wonder if there's like an effect example that I could load. I guess just echo will do it. Okay, signal in. We're going from my input. Signal out. We're just going into left out. Or both out. No, I don't trust that. Okay. Now I have no idea what that is. Here, I have a better idea. Sorry for being so. They have a view, don't they? Oh my god, come on. Yeah, they do. All right. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Yeah, there's like no real way to... Ignore PC. Private. Does it work with everything else? Like if I were to... Alright. Yeah. Nope. Okay, so it works. Test, test. 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 Like, are these all my inputs on my Fireface all in one giant thing? That would be really dumb, because then I wouldn't be able to get rid of the others. Channels, input, channel, device, mic. Well, let's, I wonder what would, like, I guess there's a whole panel, right? This is our panel. It's really pretty. This is so ghetto. Oh my god. That's so stupid. All right. I don't really want the view in the panel. Wow. Beautiful, huh? Don't need that. What the fuck are these knobs? So how do we figure out which? All we need is the feedback knob. Eh. All right, I'll name it. How's that? Maybe I can name it something? I already named it, though. Is it this? Knob. I see that. Ah, okay, there we go. Fodbach. That works. We did it. All right, panel edit. Where's my Fodbach? Yep, got it. Oh my god. What a beautiful plugin. I feel like if I delete one of these from the panel, it will delete it from the entire thing. So we're just going to expand the entire interface and make a bunch of trash here on the side that nobody's going to use, and it's not going to have any labels. I can't believe you have to go that deep to change the name of the knob in the panel. Unless I'm missing something. Oh, maybe you don't. Yeah, okay. It looks like here you don't have to. So that's good. So in the future we could change that. And this one should say Fod. No, it still says knob. Fodbach. Okay. All right, whatever. So I guess this is our UI. I feel like I should put some sort of limiter on the end of it, but I could just do that in like FL. So how does this work? Export plugins. I know. Do I have too many? I mean, I figured that having a bunch of containers would be good, right? Doesn't that make things tidy? Maybe it's because there's extra ones that aren't being... Oh, wait. I like how undo doesn't work. That's my favorite part of this whole experience. I guess it's because that's not going into the signals anymore. I hope. I'm just making sure. Okay, I'm going to revert. And now it didn't. Okay, there we go. And that goes back into here. And then what's feeding into it initially? This, right? Okay. This thing has nothing. This is going nowhere. Just like this stream. I mean, I guess we don't need a view at all. Now, everything... All right, so maybe there's containers and containers that are not connected to anything. I'm just wondering if it's like, if it's just telling me that there's too much garbage that's not being used. But I wish it would just export and let me play a guitar through it. Nope, those are all tidy. Everything's tidy here, isn't it? You know what? What we do have is a synth. Yeah, another thing that's odd is that I don't know how to define if this is, I mean, I assume it would be in the export, but it's like not defined if it is a effect or a synthesizer. And right now it is a synthesizer, which I think we should put an end to that. So I wish I could like make these different colors. Okay, so let's just get an input. I assume, where did the input go? Sound in. Okay. This will go everywhere where the MIDI keyboard goes, because we don't actually need a MIDI keyboard. Signal. Signal. And signal. And this whole container can eat a bag of dicks. I did save this as something else, so don't worry. Oh, fuck off. All right, is there like something over here that I'm not seeing? What, is there like some missing link? This gigantic window that like is way, way, way too big for what we're doing here. So whenever I export many containers in main window, please remove mute all except for the ones you wish to export. Oh, we can make all these invisible. That's nice. Nope, we have to do it one by one. God forbid. Yeah, I mean, that would be so dumb if that were the case, wouldn't it? Yeah, I mean, I have the licensed version. I'm not limited by anything. That's lame. I was really hoping to play the guitar through it. Why do we have two inputs? What's happening with that? And can I zoom out? And yeah, okay, so now that I could zoom this far out, I could see that there's literally nothing else in here. Nothing I'm missing. There's literally an empty patch aside from these containers. Maybe I'll containerify everything? Yeah, you got it. That's what we're doing, which is really dumb because that's going to be very confusing. So I guess if I were to do that, I would take sound out and sound in. I would cram everything else in the middle here. It's just going to make things like way more difficult to manage if I want to go back. Okie dokie smoky, let's go. Let me look at the panel really fast, make sure it didn't. Oh, fuck you. Oh, we could choose a different skin. So what, this can't go in the actual panel? Hmm. Get this panel. Whatever. Let's just see if it works. Exported where? Okay, guess we'll go on a little hunt here. To documents? I don't think I gave it my... Oh boy. Yeah. Sorry. So documents, synthetic. Oh yeah. Apparently there's only a Mac export. No. Now I'm just like randomly searching Fodbach on my system. And it said fodbach.vst, right? Very exciting stuff. Yeah, maybe Plugdata will be the problem with Plugdata. Another problem with Plugdata is that I'm really I haven't played with PD in a while. Yeah, okay, fadbach.vst3. Maybe it's in here. So fucking annoying. Synthedit. Nope, nothing. Okay, I will search Fadbach in program files. Nope. Ugh. This is going to be a very disappointing stream if I can't listen to this damn thing. If I can't play guitar through it. I have a VST preset in a folder that it made itself. Sorry, this is really boring. I just can't really, I don't really see a point in showing you my file system other than me potentially getting sued for breaking an NDA on something I totally forgot about, which would be really fun. Let's see, common files, VST3. Let's see if Fadbach got dropped in here somehow, if it automatically found my, oh, it did. Okay. All right, let's load up FL Studio and complain about how nothing worked. Oh, I guess I can make this small. Well, it doesn't need, all right, let's, it also didn't really ask me if I wanted an effect or not, but we'll have to manage plugins. This will take about 6 hours. Got a lot of files in there. Has anybody ran out and bought Synthedit after watching this? I guess this will define if you buy Synthedit. how this next moment will go. That'll be the you know what I will have coming soon is a lovely Yamaha M8X. That'll be fun. Oh, here's Fadbach. We got it. Oh, it's missing now. Yeah, a Yamaha M8X finally. The thing that I spent forever working on that I didn't have one of, and now I have one coming. Okay, look at that. Our Fadbach VST works. I'm going to sell this for about $600. Hey, Lucy. Lucy, you are, what are you, drunk? Lucy has fallen asleep with the USB cable wrapped around her 2 times. I have no idea how she even accomplished that. That's actually pretty cool for a dog. And you brought leaves into my studio. Okay. Let's get a guitar and play some Fadbach. Maybe a cable too, that would be cool. Without knocking over a bunch of things. Ugh. A little bit longer than we need, but that's okay. We will be channel 10. Oh, Fadbach's working. I wish I created a restart Fadbach. Can I just, is there a reload option? No. No, I'm just gonna load another one, and that way I could send in this channel a little bit better. That way I could defer it if I need to. So this will be my main input. So like this one is just... Why is this muted? Okay, this will be dry. It's always so damn confusing when FL does this. It's a new thing that I've never even like paid attention to yet. And I know there's an easy way to... They like auto mute input channels. And it's frustrating. Because it's one of those things where it's like, I'm sure it's simple, but like it's also... Okay, we'll just go into here instead. Just to make things super confusing. Okay, this one. I'll just go to a different channel. Too loud. Too loud for Fadbach. This is a really, really deep guitar. We want something a little more. Okay, doesn't really matter what we're playing here, as long as it's being played into Fadbach. So we will route to... Although one thing we probably should do here is put a gate on it. Put a gate on it. Just a little gate. Actually, I don't even know if there is a gate in the normal compressor. What compressor has an easy gate? Why is this taking me so long? I feel like I'm just brain dead this week. I'm in acoustic camera mode and I can't get out. I'm sure Pro C has a gate, right? Maybe not. Maybe nobody has a gate. Maybe I imagined gates. Whatever. Never mind then. We'll just do it dirty. Okay. The time has come. Now keep in mind feedback's all the way up. Each time I start, I have to load it again. Okay, let's load it with no feedback this time. And come in a little hotter. Yeah, I mean, not bad, right? For a first plugin, and also, yeah, I mean, if you turn Black Hole off, it still sounds pretty good. Give me an endless echo, please. Immense. Time to get messy. Fadbach turned to 11. pretty badass. Hey there, hey Viral. Oh, come on. Don't take that long. Here we go. And that's a stream. Thanks for watching. Guess we went a little bit over time. I'll get sued by the FCC for that. No, yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. That was a good time. I can't believe that we actually made something that exported to VST and worked in some functional way. I don't think that anybody would ever want to buy it or even use it for free, but there's some hope with enough time. I don't know. It might be for Mac. I could look that up. But do you really want that VST? Would anybody? At the very least, it could have a reset button. Like I had to reload it every single time that I. Yeah, it's a piece of garbage, but that's okay. It was a first try. I would say that maybe every single one of my streams now could be where I make a little VST and then give it away, but Air Windows does that. So, and it's way better at it. So we'll just stick with the normal plan. Yeah. Thanks for watching. God damn, I hope I have a video out by Monday. This acoustic camera is killing me, but I'll do my best. And I think that's it. Signing off. Have a wonderful weekend and rest of your week. Let me know about, also, if you're a member of the Discord, let me know what you think about the timing. If you think this is way too early, I know this might be a little harsh for people on the West Coast, much easier for people in Europe. People are in Australia are probably drunk watching this. It's probably a good thing. So, all right. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful day. Bye.